No, this is transaction. In transaction, there are two people. There is you and there's another person. And the primary objective of transacting is to persuade the other person about your ideas, about your concept. And you have to persuade the other person. And for that, you need to exert yourself. You need to find a method by which the other person is impacted or influenced by that what you're going to tell him. Now, at the same time, suppose you go to a restaurant and you want to get a hot chocolate, and that restaurant does not have hot chocolate in the menu. But they can give that to you service, they can give the service they so choose to. But how to make them to decide and choose to do that which is favoring you? Because it's not in the menu, it is not in their enterprise resource planning. Now, there's a possibility because they have all the infrastructure, all the machinery, all the raw material, but now it's up to you to persuade them to do that. And that's a transaction, if you can persuade them to do that. That's a trade-off. Now, why are they going to do that to you? Why are they going to be willing to favor you? Either it's a corporate transaction or a financial transaction, or it's an industrial transaction, judicious transaction, military strike transaction, rowdy transaction, bureaucratic transaction, or a diplomatic transaction, political transaction, charity transaction. Yeah, charity is also a transaction. Charity transaction, or in which category? So as you're transacting, on one hand you have an experience of transacting, other is the practical transaction itself, and number three is identifying in which category it falls into. Is it a judicious transaction? Is it a business transaction? So if you are asking for a hot chocolate and you offer him 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees, he is going to be willing to be persuaded. So then it's a business transaction. But then if you plead to him that you immediately want to increase the sugar in your body, otherwise you will die, it's a charity transaction. Or if you threaten him that if in this area you want to survive in the restaurant, you need to please us, then that's a rowdy transaction. Or there are so many kinds of transaction. A police can come and tell, please shut down this area because there is a very important person's motorcade going this way, so we need to sanitize this area of potential terrorists, so you need to shut down this place. So then it's a military transaction. And corporate transaction. Maybe you're an employee in a big company. Then you are bound to be delivering that what is expected of you. A target is given to you to achieve. So then that is a corporate transaction. So it's up to you to identify that kind of transactions that you have. So what kind of transaction you need to identify it and document it. And you can add any number of transactions. And then ability to report it as and when simultaneously as you're transacting. So you need 4 brains. One brain is your willingness to transact and your ability to identify the correct method of transaction. Number 2 is your ability to persuade the other person so that you are achieved what you want to achieve or accomplish that what you want to accomplish. Number 3 is to categorize it into which category is your transaction with the other person. Is it public relation? Is it academic? Because you have academic intelligence that the other person will succumb to your diktat because you are a celebrated academician and you know everything about hot chocolate drink. So maybe you can trade off some intelligence about hot chocolate drink to him, how to run a restaurant, so he does not mind to allow you to violate some of his strict norms of what is the enterprise was planning on the menu. Or maybe you can park your car wrongly, yet he will service you because he needs something from you because you are an academician about how to run a restaurant properly. So you must have some currency that you can trade off with. And then you must be persuasive. And then at the same time you're persuasive, you're transacting, you're also able to identify which category is it. What is the trade-off? Because the business has to run. And then how to document it, how to identify which category and how to document it as and when the transaction is happening. So these are the many kind of intelligences you need simultaneously. It has to work as and when you transact. It is not after you transact, Then you get an experience of transaction. Maybe it is rejection. Maybe it is that you are discarded. Maybe you are isolated and you are not favored in that what you wish for. But yet, then that is another transaction where you have failed. You can choose the other type of transaction, the other category of transaction to achieve the same objectives. So if politically, if it's not working, then financially it may work. If financially is not working, then legality and judiciousness, it may work. So you need to know, you need to identify that what category you are in the transaction. Is it an obligation of some past favors that you have bestowed upon that person, that that person is going to go out of his way or her way to satisfy your current requirements? So you need to invoke your past transactive favors that you have done to the other person. So this trade-off and this transaction, identifying it and categorizing it and then recording it and documenting it, and at the same time you're transacting, and there's an experience that you're gathering. So all this is about transaction. So you need 4 kinds of intelligence to be able to transact. So be successful. So you need to eliminate the clutter and the other burdens and the baggages in your brain, which has been in the storehouse in your brain, in the archives for no reason, for many decades unnecessarily. Clear it up through meditations, through doing your breathing techniques, through wisdom of the mind, through awareness of the mind, and through other kinds of mode of operating the mind to cleanse it of its unnecessary clutter. So enjoy your meditations.